Hey, sports card fans, it's John, big Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I have some 1978 Topps baseball cards to show off, some new additions to the complete set that I am working on. I started this little project maybe a year and a half, possibly 2 years ago. 1978 was the first year that I started collecting cards, buying cards, and so that set has a special place in my heart. And so I wanted to put together a really nice, sharp looking raw set, and started off by going to my local card shop and buying the best conditioned cards that he had. Then I got a nice group of cards at last year's National. I also tried on eBay buying like a starter set that was claimed to be near mint. Didn't do so well. There were maybe 100 or so out of the 500 that met my strict criteria. I'm looking for very, well-centered cards, pretty sharp corners, nothing, no print marks or ink marks or things like that. A really nice-looking set. And so since last year's National, really haven't made much progress on my set. Well, maybe it's about a month or two ago, I'm not sure exactly, can't remember. Brian Roth, some of you may know him as broth6 on YouTube, reached out to me and said, "Hey John, I understand that you are building a 1978 Topps set." Either he had or just acquired a large number of 78 Topps cards. And he says, "Do you have a checklist?" And I said, "Yeah, there's a link to it on my About page on my YouTube channel." So he says, "All right, let me, I'll look through them." And he says, "What's your criteria?" So I told him the type of cards that I'm looking for. And maybe a week or two ago, reached out to me and said, "Hey, sorry it took so long, but I have a group of cards that I think may meet your criteria. I'll send them out to you, look through them. I wouldn't be upset if, you don't need all of them or they don't meet all your criteria." So he ended up sending me 57 cards that I did not have in my set. Looked through them all, and there were 28 that met my criteria and another 29 that I'll be sending back to Brian. But Brian and I came to a great deal for those 28 cards that I bought from him, and I'll be shipping back the other 29 for his collection or to offer to others who are building a 1978 Topps complete set. So with these new 28 cards, I now have 539 out of the 726 cards in the set. So I'm at 74%. So starting to make progress. I am going to hopefully pick up some more at this year's National in Atlantic City. When I was out in Pittsburgh, there was a dealer. In fact, the dealer that I bought my Warren Spahn, my 49 Bowman Warren Spahn, he was the one, I just didn't have time or didn't want to sit through his binders, but he was the dealer who I bought a good number of 78 Topps from at last year's National. He had some really nice looking, mainly commons and stuff, a few stars. And he's going to be at Atlantic City, so I'm definitely going to be stopping by his booth and maybe some others, and to look through some 78 Topps cards. So hopefully I'll put a further dent and get even closer on my complete set. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show off those 28 cards. A lot of them are commons, so you may not be familiar with the players, but there are a few, semi-stars in there that I'm sure you'll recognize. So let's go take a look. All right, the first card I have here is of Randy Elliot of the Giants. Here is the back of the card. If you're not familiar with the 78 Topps set, fairly plain, brown sort of background there with like a dark blue border and colored font. But yeah, this is what I first started collecting. So we got Randy Elliot there. Then next we have Jeff Bird of the Blue Jays. John Mangini knows this player, Manny Sanguian, but this one is with him on the A's. And I'm not sure if this was, 1977 he joined the A's, but it was a long-time Pittsburgh Pirate. Hit .379 for Pirates in 71 World Series. Next we have John Denny of the Cardinals. Some of these images are just classic 70s, hairstyles and various things. I just love these images on the 78 Topps set. Here's another one for John Mangini here. We have the Pirates team card. These team cards are really hard to find, well-centered. They just tend to be off. More likely, it seems to be left to right more than top to bottom. But this one isn't. It's not perfect, but it's really nice. All right. Next, we have Will mcinnanie of the Expos. Check out that hairstyle. Now we have another team card. The Oakland A's. Now here's one that you'll probably be familiar with. Dave Kingman. Playing at this time with the Cubs. Now this, I'm not sure here. This sort of looks like an airbrushed hat. And yes, in 1977 he played 1 year for the Yankees. Only played 8 games for the Yankees, and before that the Angels, Padres, Mets, Giants. So they probably only had him in a Yankees uniform or hat, so they may have done some airbrushing there. 78s, there are quite a few cards that were airbrushed. Here we have a manager card, Hall of Famer Dick Williams. I think he's a Hall of Famer. Next we have Mario Soto of the Reds. I love how Topps in this set matched the color of the team name with the team color and had a very complementary border color there. One of the things I like about the set. Here's one from the National League Championship Series. Dodgers overpower Phillies in 4. That may be, I don't know if that's that Davey Lopes, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know if it says, well, he was on the team back then. I'm not sure if that was him or not. But, pretty cool championship card there. Then we have another, this one is a Hall of Famer, a manager card of Sparky Anderson. These manager cards are also sometimes tough to find, well-centered. And we have another team card of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So yeah, Brian did a really good job here of picking out some really nice cards. And again, he sent some duplicates, some he wasn't sure of, which one of the two I may like better and things like that. But next we have Dave Goltz of the Twins. Like he's signing an autograph for a fan. Then we have, some of you may remember this player, Mickey Stanley of the Tigers. Then we have Jerry Tabb of the A's. I think this was one where he had where Brian sent me 2 of these cards, and this was the nicer of the 2. Now we have Pat Zachary of the Mets. Then we have Jerry Johnson of the Blue Jays. I knew a Jerry Johnson, a much different Jerry Johnson, but someone who worked at the same agency that I work for. I've known him for many, many, many years, but it's not the same Jerry Johnson. Then we have, again, some of you may be familiar with this player, Reggie Smith of the Dodgers. Love this image. This is just so classic, late 70s. Steve Stone of the White Sox. Check out the cap, the hat, the necklace, just chest hair. I mean, it is classic 70s. Love it. Then, you should be familiar with this one, Ron Guidry of the Yankees. A few more here. We have Don Carrithers of the Twins. Vaughn Joshua of the Brewers. Never heard of him. I don't remember him as a kid, but playing for the Rangers, we have Adrian Divine. Looks like it's in Yankee Stadium in the background, I believe. Then we have Steve Goltz, the Tigers. Not too many action shots in 78 Tops. They're obviously, either portraits or, like this one here, staged shots. And here is, love this card, of course, Don Zimmer manager card of the Red Sox. He always had a big cheek full of chew, it seemed. I don't know how... All right, so yeah, so with these manager cards, sort of as a player and as a manager, they have the player stats. So he had a fairly long career, 1954 to 65. 770 some hits, 235 batting average, but he stuck around for a while. Does it say what position he played? It doesn't look like it, unless I'm missing it here. But yeah, I'm not sure what position Don Zimmer played. Maybe an infield position. I don't know. But then we have Floyd Bannister. I seem to recall him into the maybe early 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's another Bannister I'm thinking of. But this may be his rookie card. Unless he had a 77 Tops, maybe multiplayer card. And the final card is a record breaker. Most games, pure relief lifetime. Sparky Lyle, 77 record breaker. Let's see here. Lyle hurls in 621 games, all are in relief. The Win Cy Young Award. Yankee relief specialist Sparky Lyle enjoyed one of his finest seasons in 77. Set the record by hurling in his 621st Major League game, all in relief. Broke the record of Bob Locker. Helped the Yankees to world title with his 2.17 earned run average. So there you have it. 28 more cards toward my 1978 Topps baseball set. Again, Brian, thank you very much. Hey, if you are not familiar with Brian's channel, I will put a link to his channel in the description of this video. I know he's also on Facebook groups a lot. I think he even has his own Facebook page, Card Soup, I believe. So look that up as well. He's always selling cards on there, buying collections. I think he does send some cards in to SGC for grading. Really nice guy, great member of the card community, so definitely go check him out. That's all I have for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.